The Attleboro Schools have come out in support of the Big Read. The Attleboro School Committee held a special meeting recently to discuss the book When the Emperor Was Divine by Julie Otsuka. Representatives from the Attleboro Public Library, the school committee, and 3 8th graders from each of Attleboro's middle schools participated. It was a lively discussion, and to learn more about the event, we spoke with Attleboro School Committee Chairman Dave Murphy.
The details, because that's what I found so compelling when I read this novel, is how spare and how her details were very sort of simplistic. Like, you read that and you think, oh, this is what it's like, right? This is what it's like today. It's like a normal everyday thing, but that's happening against the background of horrors, but the horrors don't sort of like pop out at us. They kind of seep through the details.
Well, we've just wrapped up the first school committee spotlight event of the year, where we had the opportunity to host a discussion on this year's choice for the Big Read, entitled When the Emperor Was Divine. We had a discussion featuring school committee members, representatives from the community and the One ABC organization, some staff members, 4 teachers from the Attleboro Schools, and I think clearly most impressively for everyone who had the opportunity to see that are 3 students representing each of our middle schools. The students carried the conversation as we expected they would. They had read the book, they had thought about the book, and they had really analyzed it in a way that I think really gave each of us the opportunity to get a little more out of the book than we otherwise would have. So I feel very grateful to have been able to be a part of it. One of the stated priorities of the school committee is to strengthen the relationship between the school system and the community at large. And the One ABC organization for several years has promoted and initiated the Big Read as a way of promoting literacy and helping us to be a better community. And as the public school system in the community, we have an obligation to celebrate those types of initiatives. And so that's why there are organizations all over the community that we want to partner with, that we want to help promote their initiatives. And I think One ABC is just one of the very important examples of that.
This was the dog that they loved, and the fact that they were forced to kill it just because they were being forced to move out and into a camp was really shocking.
The 3 students, Lorelei from Coelho Middle School, Megan from Hammerski from Wamsutta Middle School, and Riley Netter from Brennan Middle School, were all 8th grade students. So they will be descending upon Attleboro High School next year, and I hope we didn't intimidate the rest of the 8th grade class too much, but certainly, or the faculty at AHS for that matter, but certainly they will seem as though they will be very well prepared for the challenges of high school.
Yeah, like they said, they were sleeping, like, for the first couple nights, they were saying that they were sleeping afraid that someone was going to break their windows and come back and say, nope, we're not done here. You need to go back. They felt, I have to say that it wasn't just an apology saying, oh, we're so sorry we did this to you, have all your stuff back. No, it was an exchange like, we're sorry we did this to you, but we still think we're right, so just have this thing, have your home back, but you're not getting your stuff that was in it back.
The book is read on a sort of voluntary basis throughout the school system. There may be some classes who have assigned it as well. I honestly don't know that, but these 3 students were under no obligation to read the book. They were asked by their middle school principals if they would be willing to participate, and as far as I know, each one responded enthusiastically yes. They certainly came extremely well prepared.
That's basically his DNA, which I kind of find is creepy a little.
Okay.
So it's a strand of his hair, but it's personal to him because that's a part of his father.
Mm-hmm. I think the degree to which they were able to empathize with the characters, the way they were sort of able to see the world through the eyes of the characters, and then from that to be able to draw their own conclusions and to think independently. Separate and aside from what the adults at the table were talking about, they really had their own thoughts and sort of put their own spin on some of the areas of interpretation within the novel. So I think that the level of creative thought that the students demonstrated, I think, was part of it. And I think sort of at the end, when the discussion sort of came around to whether or not a situation like that which is described in the book could happen today. And I think that the fact that the students, certainly they're 13, 14 years old, I hope they have a very hopeful outlook on the world, but the fact that they were able to sort of recognize that some of the flaws in our human nature that led to the mistakes of that era could lead to similar mistakes today. And I think that as we said, that those students are cognizant of that, I think in a lot of ways is sort of society's best defense against repeating those types of mistakes.
I just wanted to say how impressed I am of the students.
Absolutely.
Their participation and knowledge and ability to express themselves. So congratulations to all of you. And to the head of the school system.
Yeah, it's a good school system.
I sat next to her, so it'd rub off on me.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.